comfortable position. There may be someone who's new to meditation who may be thinking, what now? What are we doing? What are we supposed to do? Well, let me invite you to relax. Sitting, keeping a still position with your body, closing your eyes is a perfect formula for noticing what's going inside of yourself. Normally, we don't notice so much because we are interacting with everything all the time, our phone, other people, moving, and we don't notice these layers of activity. So for people who are not used to, if you just sit, close your eyes, and just in an effortless way, you don't move, you will start noticing a lot of inner activity. That's okay. It's not about fighting with yourself. The first step is to notice there is a voice that comes to your head that you didn't ask for. It's just a habit. It's okay. That comes and make commentaries about this, about that. And is this voice you? These voices, even images, is this something you are doing? Or if it's something that is just happening? Are you choosing the words that come to your head? When they come? Sometimes for many people, when you start doing this, your mind ironically shuts down. But it's just an initial interesting effect. You just keep relaxing. That's what we're doing. Noticing your body in here, just chilling. You're going to start noticing when you relax that your mind will start moving. Some thoughts will start popping up. We'll be fine. If it doesn't, then just enjoy. try to catch that moment when a thought gets into your mind and that moment when it disappears. If your mind doesn't think, then congratulations, just relax and enjoy. But if you have a lot of thoughts, congratulations, you have more opportunities to notice what we are noticing. You don't need to interact or keep thinking the thread of thoughts. We're talking about an attitude like a cat hunting with full relaxation and a lot of attention, just waiting, allowing thoughts to come and go freely. Instead of following the content of the thinking, just notice how thinking actually happens in real time. How's the sensation? It's like energy that comes and goes. Does it have a start, an ending, shape, maybe a color sometimes? Do they start softly, the voices in your head, and then fade out, or they get louder sometimes? Are they friendly? Does it sound like your physical voice, or is an imaginary voice that has nothing to do? Is it different from your speaking voice? Are there gaps between thoughts? you're not intentionally trying to think and you're not following the content, your thoughts are powerless without your attention. One of the best ways, if not the best, is to notice the thoughts themselves rather than their content. If no thoughts come, then just enjoy relaxing, resting. But if automatic thoughts come, then just welcome them, and without engaging with them, notice every detail about them. This observation is very calm. Don't try hard. If you try hard, thoughts will catch your attention. You need to become like when you're about to fall asleep, when you're taking a nap and you're so restful that your mind moves slowly and freely. So freely that you can notice the simultaneity of your presence, your awareness, and the movement of thought as different, distinct events. Out of inactivity, the muscles in your body relax. Just remain still by watching a movie. But instead of believing the movie, just take one step backwards and notice the screen, the projector, the light, how that sounds, images appear in your mind and disappear like in a movie. Your body sinks in relaxation, comfortable, nice feeling of resting your body. Your mind will also lose energy if you're relaxing. That makes things easier. Let your body and your mind fall asleep, but you remain awake. Thoughts just happen. Your awareness is silence. You retract your attention from being locked inside of your thinking by observing the event of thinking happening, like the sounds in the street, like any other perception or experience. Just notice how it happens rather than thinking about it. Notice how your thoughts move. But your awareness is still. once you can catch every thought with definition, with precision, as a perception happening, maybe a movement in the area of your brain, noticing that voice that comes in and out. Where is it located? It's inside of your head or outside? How big are your thoughts? Do they have a shape? Are they like waves, like clouds, like holograms? How do you experience thinking? If the activity of thinking happens in a specific area, specific space, many people feel it in some place inside or even around their head. What is that space around? The space where thinking happens. Is it a silent space? Don't try hard. Make sure that your body and your mind are comfortable and easy. You're almost falling asleep. But you notice this involuntary thinking happening. As if it was a TV in a language you cannot understand, but you still watch it. Experience every detail about thinking. The more you observe thinking activity, the more you start notice that that thinking appears some sort of vacuum or space. appears and disappears in space. The more you observe, the more you notice that space where thinking happens, where thinking is located. The space is neutral, silent, still. When you rest your attention in that space, thinking doesn't have any power on you. It doesn't trigger your emotions. So while keeping certain awareness of your thinking, defocus your attention so it embraces all the space around your thinking. Now thinking is just a little event happening in a huge space. You're not trapped in your thinking, you are bigger than your thinking. The more you expand your attention, the more space, more welcoming, more relaxation, more ease, more peace. There is a surrender of contraction, focusing in your thinking. You notice your thinking, but it's a small thing compared to the extension of your attention, your awareness. It's a huge space that embraces all perceptions. Everything you feel, you hear, is embraced by this space. It's happening in this space. But the only way to notice that space is by contrasting its stillness against activity in real time. So noticing what happens as it happens. Doesn't matter if it's sound in the street, thought in your head, feeling in your body. It's only variations in this field. They appear and disappear into space. You don't need to do anything actually. You're just resting. Your body and your mind slow down. You're so relaxed. It looks as you were about to fall asleep, but you're more awake than ever. You're noticing this moment more clearly than ever. You're not judging. You're not labeling. You're just directly experiencing perception without giving it any meaning. Let go, let go, relax. Don't try to control anything. Just witness what happens. You're not making happening the sounds in the street. You're not making happening the sensations in your body. You're not making happening the involuntary thoughts. You're just witnessing, relaxing deeper and deeper in an unlimited space. You're relaxing and becoming more and more passive in a very alert way. Your breath will become automatic, smooth, and deep. as if you were in deep sleep. You don't need to try to do anything or manage anything. Just rest, noticing the vividness of this moment, every little experience as it happens. You're not giving any meaning to anything. It's just experiencing directly, nakedly. Everything that happens is welcome, needs no resistance, no thinking. There's only deep sense of relaxation and vivid awareness. Surrender any intention of controlling anything. Allowing everything to be as it is without interpretation, without your mind commenting. You open and allow your mind to rest to the point that it's like a lake with still, beautiful water, huge in space, with no motion, just welcoming, transparent, seeing everything but not reacting to anything. contractions in your body will relax due to this deep surrendering. From time to time, your body and your mind may try to contract your attention out of habit. That's okay. Just let go. You don't need that. You're giving yourself a moment of peace. Experiencing this moment with such a detail and intensity that it seems to be eternal. Where do thoughts come from and go to? By default, any sensation or sound, they just appear and disappear in this field of awareness, which is no object. And yet pervades everything. Your body is calm and resting. Your mind is calm and resting. And the splendor of the greatness of this moment, allow also your heart to open. Let go of all these background emotions that are contracting you. And let your heart melt with the light of the awareness where everything happens. The more surrender, the more peace appears. Unveiled peace, only veiled by the senses and by your mind. This is just to focus, just relax. Just let go. Don't be afraid nothing's gonna happen. Surrender or your psychology or your emotional history and become present, impersonal, immaterial. Don't even try to meditate. You're just resting, resting in awareness, source of your life. Let the sensory and mental objects to fade out. Let them go. Let them to blur. And recognize this background of joy. There is nothing to do, nothing to try to do. It's just resting in vividness, in aliveness, in clarity, in peace. If you're really surrendering and allowing, you will notice there is no ending for releasing. The more you let go, the more peace comes in. The more you surrender your body and your mind, the more you allow your heart to be filled with peace. The deeper you go, peace turns into joy. The deeper you surrender, joy turns into love. Just for 1 minute more, explore how deep can you let go? Can you surrender to what is without fear? How much can you trust life? And only peace and joy will come to you. Rest in awareness. Now very slowly, without losing the awareness of your awareness, you can let your body and your mind gently wake up. You can move your fingers or your toes a little bit. You're waking up, but you want to sustain that openness, that relaxation, that surrendering as you activate your body and your mind. You can start breathing deeper to help the transition. Take your time. allow yourself for your body to move gently. And whenever you feel like and you're ready, you can open your eyes. The fruition of the path, the goal is already complete and perfect in you. Whole path or techniques are only convincing you to let go. Because your mind just won't. And your body will trigger survival. And your attention will get contracted and trapped. But if you, instead of giving meaning to things with your mind, interpreting everything, you just actually pay attention to what is really happening, you de-energize all this contraction of the mind. The mind starts becoming calmer and clearer. So how to surrender? How to surrender your thinking, your mind. That's all about. And for anyone who dares to release this contraction, this intention, this escaping from the past to the future, only one experience is found, and it is of peace, tranquility at first, That goes deeper and deeper the more you let go. The less you try to control your life, to improve yourself, to heal your traumas, to heal your past, to get into your future. Just resting, everything gets solved. So the question is, do you want to surrender? You want to surrender your thinking, your personal point of view with your history. Someone would say, why? Well, because if you're trapped in your mind, that's the definition of suffering. All the sadness, all the psychological pain, all the stress, everything is actually just attention trapped in your mind. Today's meditation wasn't beginners friendly meditation. It's easier for those of you who are starting and didn't find it easy to do it. Focusing on physical objects is normally way easier to notice. Sounds, sensations. But at some point, as the problem is the mind, at some point everybody gonna have to face that trapped attention. That's the jail we are living in, just made out of thinking. So if you get to the point to lure yourself into just experiencing without thinking, the easier everything becomes. The more you start realizing that you have everything you want. That feeling of completion we're looking for in getting more money, being safer, having, sexual partner, whatever it is, success in your career. That sensation of completion, it is already present, already, without any condition. Just disappointed because you wanted to show everyone that you're so cool, you're so good. But as you are satisfied and complete already, nothing can satisfy you or complete you. No, nothing you can do, nothing you can get. Whatever your mind tells you, it can be funny, can be an adventure, can be a nice movie, but it's not satisfaction. All what a spiritual master has said is, we're just looking for happiness in the wrong place. That's all. We only want to be in wonder like a little kid. So rich in experience that you don't feel that you need any specific condition. That is the highest. I was hearing actually today about a monk that was in prison for a very long time. And someone asked him, have you been tortured? He said, yes. And have you felt in danger? Yes. He asked, when? He said, I feel in danger because I was about to succumb into hate. That's the only loss. I brought a print today. You can take it if you find it inspiring. From a contemporary master. Pretty alternative, the guy. And this specific quote says, "Don't expect anything and you will get everything." You will get everything. You probably heard that before. Maybe there are some beliefs that if you get enough money, you can get everything. Maybe in the spiritual environment, you hear, if you learn how to manifest, you will get everything you want. Everything you want. But what he's saying here is, you just don't have expectations. By that meaning, filtering this moment with your past, with your mind, your thoughts, with your personal experience. If you just don't do that, you don't expect anything from anyone, you feel fulfilled. Every experience becomes complete on itself. You feel free. Free from needing anything to be happy. This whole thing is very specific on letting go of your mind. Letting go from your concentration and obsession to the point that you miss the rest. We miss this moment looking for the future, thinking of the past. But this moment on itself, and please try and tell me if it's not right. If you really fully feel this moment, it is satisfying. All the danger, all the worries, all the running away, all the fixing, it's just a thought. Just experiment on, see what happens if you actually just don't. It's just a movie. You don't need to cooperate with it. It just looks real, but it's just a voice in your head. And when you open completely your attention, that's the only moment you have everything. That's what it takes to fulfill all your dreams. The problem is that your mind will tell you, no, but my dream is to live in a beach, in that house that I saw in a movie with that whatever, or to have everyone at my work telling me how incredible am I, and people giving me this or that, or the world reflecting that I'm just fantastic. But that's not what every spiritual teacher has said. They said exactly the opposite. They said, don't believe that. It's just not true. You are complete already. But you can only find it if you let go of these false idols of success, of having this, having that. path to stable, perfect happiness. That's ultimately what everybody wants through your goals, through your dreams. It can only be accessed by direct experiencing of this moment. You cannot get it in the future. So different meditation will just lure your mind into sort of sleeping, sort of letting go. And you will just feel the ordinary moment. Your mind tells you there is nothing interesting happening now. You should fill your mind with this and that and concentrate. But if you get to release your concentration on thinking to the extent that you actually feel this flow of experience of this moment, I think to this point, I know probably most of you know very well what I'm talking, even when it's just brief, but you just notice that's it. That's it. That is. When you imagine yourself living the perfect future, what you're imagining, that flow of experience, that flow of joy, that flow of peace, it is this. We're just projecting into a scenario. But you need to drop that thing in order to recognize the other. That's the problem. It's accessible by anyone, anytime. And yet who dare to surrender your fears? To blur your defense against the world, your defense against everything, everyone. It is like inviting everything and everyone into your feeling, into your life. That seems so dangerous. Yes, but not that person. This guy I don't like. I shouldn't be here. This shouldn't happen. This other thing should happen. That's in a nutshell all your suffering. All the suffering you ever gonna experience in this life is based on the thought, this shouldn't happen. But that's an opinion. And you have the choice not to believe it. And there's where your freedom becomes actualized. Same moment that you notice that nothing in this life will make you happy, it's exactly the moment that you notice that nothing can take your happiness out of you. What a tricky thing, right? And if you don't think, who are the others? You don't have a name or a story for a person. What is that you meet in their eyes? That direct recognition, if you closely explore everything without filtering, There is a recognition that there is no separation, there is no distinction between this body, that body, this moment, that moment, this place, that place. Just blurs. That's one of the trademarks of spiritual maturity, which is to start treating others as yourself, but not because you think it's right, but just because it just feels so. And everybody knows this. Just treat people nice. Can you imagine a world where everybody's treating nice everybody? Just that. You don't need to be perfect, just good intentions. But the most important factor is just the practical realization of this direct recognition. It's not a theory. It's to notice that what you give to others, you just give to yourself. Helping others, you only help yourself. I really appreciate you coming here and spending some time sitting. I know for many of you this is a physical effort. So I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And it really matters. And it really counts. And I hope you find a bit of peace, a little bit of inspiration to explore your own freedom beyond your mind, the hypnosis of your mind. And my heart is full of joy to have you here in silence. I know only this is talking, but I feel you. I'm just filling the space with meaningless words. So we don't lose this miraculous instant of joining our attention and being joyful silence, awareness, whatever you call it. Thank you so much for coming.